Right. Just gonna share my life link. I should have been prepared to do this already. And I should have gotten my phone. Do. Um. Hello. I see. I have a viewer now. How are you doing? And you're gone. Ooh, hello. Is this people? How are you all doing? How is everyone on this fine day? I wonder if people are still watching the new My Come On Regions video. Maybe today wasn't the best day to stream, but I have nothing else I could post today, so hey Sam. Tomorrow I'm probably just gonna head out to the cinema and watch the Bond movie they're showing. Die Another Day. Hello, Gibster. How are you doing? But yeah, I had a bit of a forgot to mute stuff. Yeah, I had a bit of a crazy week this week when it came to work. Well, I wouldn't say crazy, but it was a lot. And am I part of the Ultra collab? I don't think I've involved myself with it because I didn't know what I could bring as a creator. Um, because I'm not an artist, and by the sounds of it, it's art based. So there wasn't really much I could do from the sounds of it, unless if I didn't get the full message. But yeah, I'm working every day from Monday to Friday next week, and then I'm on holiday for a week. So I don't work too many hours in a day. So I'm hoping I can get a video out for next week. Would have been a team effort design. If it's too late for me to join in, then I guess it's too late for me to join in. But yeah, like if there's any way I could do a team effort design with someone, like if someone was willing to team up with me for a possible second collab, I'd love to join. Uh, just wondering because I am realizing I might need to put um like if there's someone willing to join, I'd be happy with to, or if there's someone happy to team up, I'd be happy to team up with them. But if not, I guess there's always next year. I'm hoping to grow a bit more over the course of this coming year. Um, I'm hoping that come like November, I might hit a spike because I've got no real plans on how to grow. Because you'd think with 10 years of YouTube experience, I'd know how to grow my channel, but no, I don't. Um, it's a case of I my plan has just been, oh, I've got a video idea that I think many people would connect with, and more people would latch onto that, thereby making me grow a bit more. But I just don't know. Because I think it's the content in between the Croneo videos that might be my issue. Um, because I've noticed like no one's really watching those. But yeah, collaborations is a method. Subscribers of one channel go check out other members of the collab and boom. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. I wasn't against joining in. It was just I just didn't know how I would join in, and I don't I don't think anyone's gonna crop up and go, hmm, I'm willing to team up. That's the thing. I don't know if someone will do that at this later stage. Um, because I just assumed I couldn't do it. But now even though it's not too late to join, I think it might be like less likely to work. Yeah. In terms of actually getting assets for future Croneo videos, that's actually been doing fine. I realize it might be a bit dark right now. I did start the stream a bit later. It like next year, it really depends on my financial situation because if I've grown enough where I can monetize my videos and actually have a Patreon following and all that jazz, I would have enough income where it would self fund itself, plus my own income, which I would want to spend on like that, but other things as well. Because yeah, yeah, I'll have a look at that on Monday then. But yeah, like the ideal is that I don't just want my Fake Mon videos to be Croneo Region. I would want to like do other things as well. But considering my budget is limited, I can only really focus on Croneo Region designs. So yeah, that's that's why I can't really see myself commissioning something, especially because that also relies on artists and their time frame, and sometimes they may be a bit busy. Sometimes the artists I may want would have their commissions closed, etc. But yeah. Speaking of that may be why I don't actually have a set date planned for the next Cronio video because one of the artists has let's just say they've been, I don't want to say struggling with the design. There were complications, and then now they're a bit busier. So I need like 4 pieces from that artist. Um, Additional art would work with my other moms. I mean, yeah, like if it's like right now, yeah, I don't know if I'm particularly ready for something like that. But yeah, there's not like there isn't much left for the next Chrono video. By the way, there's only like 4 designs, or 4 regular designs and 5 shinies needing to be done. And the reason why is 1 regular design is done, and I don't think the shiny has been finished yet for it. But still, there's a like the vast majority of it has been done. Um, and like in lieu of not being able to post a video, I would probably start posting those designs. I just won't post the designs of that artist until they're done, if they're not done by the time I'm able to post them. Uh, but the October's video is actually going on nicely. I've already had 1 design done for a while, but recently I've been working with a couple of artists and 5 more designs. Because in October I'm gonna have introduced my regional rodent and also my regional fish. I think I may have spoiled that one of them is a 3-stage line. I'm not gonna spoil any further, but yeah, one of them is a 3-stage line. But my regional rodent and regional fish are pretty much done. My regional bird may start soon, and then I've already intrigued another artist with 2 others. I just hope I can get all the art done in time. Hold on. Apologies for that. My dad was needing me. I should probably turn the light on as well. Why not? Is that better? I really need a light, like here. I wonder. Would this work?
Top.
Maybe it needs batteries. I think it needs batteries. Does it? Cat lamp, but it's not working. But yeah, what I was going to say was there's a Pokemon that actually really fits with Halloween that I'm planning to release in that video. Not that I think you'd find it early on in the hypothetical games, but like, I really wanted to get it done. And yeah, I want. It's one of my. It's a concept that I keep thinking about, and I'm just like, I really want it done. And I think it would tie in with Halloween. I think the timing of all the Croneo videos has actually really worked out. So yeah, I am quite happy with. I'm quite happy with how the commissions have been going. The annoying thing is I got a comment on the last Croneo video. So and it was suggesting things, and the annoying thing isn't that they were suggesting things I already had planned. That was actually kind of gratifying that I already had most of the stuff planned. There was just one thing that wasn't planned, and now I'm doing it. Because I mentioned on a previous live stream that I cut the concept for the my regional variant of Lycanroc. And since a Pokemon that I'm working on for October's video, I've decided now we'll have a gender variation. I think a 2-stage line for another, like a 2-stage line could work. Also, oh hi Gibbs, I didn't realize you were gone. I was just talking about how there was a well, I was just talking about the fact that for Halloween I'm planning a more Halloweeny based one. For October's video. I might release it closer to Halloween actually. I feel like after that, I wouldn't mind if I had to delay a Croneo video into the following month. I really want to tie in a Pokemon that can work well with Halloween into October's video. it's not like Halloween specific. It's something that works with Halloween. Um, that's what it is. Like, I don't want to give it away, but there is something that really works. Like some, it's kind of obscure, but it fits. Well, it's simultaneously obscure and one of the least obscure things I've ever done. But the reasoning why I'm doing it is obscure. Oh, I'm just talking about a Pokemon I'm gonna make for October's video because I'm already commissioning stuff for that video. Um and yeah, it's basically because it can work well tying into Halloween. And yeah, I would want it in October's video as a result. Even though October's video will generally have a theme of Route 1 Pokemon, I don't know if I'll put Route 1 in the title because not all of them would necessarily be Route 1, and Croneo technically doesn't really have a proper Route 1, but that's neither here or there. It's like the Pokemon, like your regional rodent, regional fish, regional bird. I've already covered the regional bug with the Tattypillar line, which yeah, yeah. I was assuming it wasn't the moons, knowing that yeah, like yours is Greece. I want to say fish is a problem. Um, luckily, I felt smart with my regional fish idea. Um, but I didn't want it to just be a fish. So it's kind of like Aracuda and Barracuda in the sense that it's not just a fish, but yeah. Um, but there's something more to it than just adding something onto the fact that it's a fish. Um, you know. Also to earlier you said oh, just something scary. I it really fear is subjective. It's based on something that you could associate with Halloween. The Halloween mon. Um yeah, an Indian animal as a fish. Interesting. Scotland has a lot of like fish species. Like with regional fish, I think it is best to see like what what's fished a lot in the area, and then something that you could associate with it. That being said, Aracuda and Barracuda, I think there's like degrees of separation in them from England, from what I remember of Loxton's video, because Loxton made a video about it like a few weeks ago. All right. Yeah, like hold on. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think the reason why Copperaja works in Galar is because English Empire, all that stuff. Well, it's British Empire, but like, I mean, Galar is kind of a wee bit homogenized UK as a whole, it is mainly England. Um, like I know people who aren't from the UK called yeah, chair noise. Uh, Apologies about that. But yeah, like something that I notice, like specifically with like Americans, is that when referring to the Queen, they refer to her as the Queen of England. England is not the. I don't think it's the official thing she reigns over. She reigns over the United Kingdom because we were united at some point. Because like calling her the Queen of England would be like the United Kingdom does include England, so it's not technically wrong. But eh. How many regional insert thing here's do you have? Because I thought the only official ones were bird and rodent, but people talk about like regional cats, dogs, and fish and stuff. Every generation has a new fish, and I think every generation has a new cat and dog. So yeah, she's the queen of much more than England. Um, the thing is, I've decided to do my own take on a lot of a lot of things that are very much recurring in the Pokemon series. Because like more often than not, you get a turtle. More often than not, you get a frog. More often you not, you get an early game dark type. More often than not, you get fossils. That sort of thing. Um, Yeah, she's the Queen of Canada, UK, and Australia. And I think the reason why Copraja in Galar works is because Queen Victoria, who is Elizabeth's, I want to say, great grandmother, might be great great grandmother. I don't know off the top of my head. Um, yeah, Queen Victoria was the Empress of India. Um, Queen of the UK, Empress of India. Uh, that was an official title that someone important in the history of the UK and by proxy England has. Thank you. Yeah, like there's also like the grass waifumon as well. I know I keep flip flopping between topics, but there's like a grass waifumon or a waifumon, usually grass type, every region. Like, because Galar had Eldegoss, um, a legendary trio and a trio master. I just think go with what makes the most sense when it comes to like legendaries and legendary trios. Yeah, I think Lugia and the birds was more so a movie thing, right? Because I think it was more so an anime thing. Because Ho-Oh and the Beasts was very much specifically in the games. It was lore that was in the games. But I don't think there's anything to connect Lugia and the birds other than the anime. Yeah, I suppose it's also an XD. Although I think it was a thing that started in the anime, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I explain back onto the grass waifu thing. Um, like they're commonly called grass waifus, although they're not grass type every time, and they didn't start in Gen 1 unless if you particularly find Vileplume or Victory Pell particularly waifu like. Um, because there was like, in Galar it's Eldegoss. In Alola it's Zarina. In Kalos, I believe it's Florges. she has flowery themes, and she's not grass type, even though she's a plant. So yeah, but I would say she is the grass waifu of Kalos. In Univer, I think it was Whimsicott and Lilligant. In Sinnoh, I would say it's Roserade, but I do think Cherrim might also count. I'm not sure. She's just not like made of plant. I suppose. Yeah, I would say it's a lot more clear why the first two stages of that line aren't grass type. I don't think there was a grass waifu in Hoenn. I think it was a thing that started in Gen 4, although they definitely were starting to Cherrim. Cherrim. You know, the thing that evolves from Cherubi. Like I mean I think it's like pretty flower lady. It's like I think what defines a grass waifu is like plant lady who is pretty. I think that's generally what I say pretty. Like I was trying to make Lanternip not traditionally beautiful. Yeah, Cherrim. I don't think Cherrim gets enough attention. Although then again, like its Sunshine form is the vastly superior form, both in battle and it just looks nicer. But hey ho, waifu plays sexual attraction. I don't know why. I've always kind of read it as feminine because of the or very very like stereotypical because I mean yes it's like a sort of like cherry blossom so of course it's going to be pink but but it was more so the ways the cherries were located, if that makes sense. And also, I know waifu does imply sexual interaction. Um, it's just a nickname the community usually calls it, and I think a better name would be feminine plantmon. Yeah, and I'm not even saying Charam is like the one for Sinnoh. I'm saying it could be, but like, there's a reason I said Roserade first, and in the video I do say Roserade. I've just remembered Hoenn did have one, Roselia. I forget Roselia is Hoenn. Um, but it is um Gardevoir is more of a waifu than I mean I'm not really attracted to any Pokemon. I think it's weird that people are, but furries be furries. Like some Pokemon it's weirder than others. Like yeah. Yeah, Roserade makes sense. I'm just saying like you can't exist in the Pokemon community as an adult and not encounter people being a bit too obsessed with the likes of Gardevoir. But I think people lump it in because these quote unquote waifumon also tend to be fairy types as well, like Florges and Whimsicott. So I guess yeah, humans can speak. Humans are attracted to humans. Um, yeah, I'm not blaming furries as a community. I'm just saying there's a certain group of furries that are attracted to Pokemon. Yeah, they're still animals. Some Pokemon do pass the test, just not many, and I don't feel personally comfortable with the idea. because they are animals. But some of them are hyper intelligent and can speak and are old enough and can give consent. Like some do pass the test. One could argue Lucario and Zoroark, which were, I think they were designed as fur bait and got popular, and they've got a lot of art, and it's hard to like. I wouldn't, but still, probably. Oh no, I've started a debate. That's not what I wanted to do. Also, I realized that I kind of have too many Furbait mon. Well, I say too many. I don't think you can have too many. Like they are still a vast minority of the decks, but I had more than I was intending. I didn't realize that bipedal animal automatically meant Furbait. So so two of my stars. Yeah, and then I didn't realize people were gonna find Bunty popular in that way. Um oh yeah, also that reminds me, the first ever fan art for the Croneo region has actually yeah, Bunty doesn't have fur, so it's not really fur bait, but like it is a bipedal anthropomorphic design, and people have attached that, and that was not what I was trying to go for. It's like maybe I just didn't think through how much people would like, I guess, simp, but they're not like simp. There's not many people who are simping, and they're not simping like so hard I'm uncomfortable. It's just, huh. It's just something I didn't really think through beforehand. Like I do have a Pokemon that I am intending to be like the sort of Lucario Zoroark kind of thing for my region. And it will be a single stage, but I think I think people I hope people will like it. But yeah, I'm just thinking, do I have any humanoid designs coming up? Um can't think of any that are happening next. Or yeah. But yeah, the first ever Croneo fan art has been done of Lanturnip, and it's super cute. And I definitely retweeted it on Twitter. But I'll post it in chat if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see. It'll be in mentions because I was directly added. Um, I didn't realize mentions also include replies. Oh dear. I use Twitter too much. Twitter is a hellhole of a site. Let's be real. It can be good, it can also be not good, but yeah, I found it. I'm just gonna copy the link and post it in chat. Bunty is the bread, Lanturnip is the turnip. You don't have a Twitter. Keep it that way. You don't want to go on Twitter. It's it's weird. Like I still have a Twitter because I don't know, I do like using it for the good that Twitter has. It's it's just like I've seen friends who have been driven off Twitter because they just can't handle the stress of it. Because it's not made for nice human beings, but I've posted a link to the fan art in the yeah, I mean you can see it. You can see it, hopefully. Um I'm just wondering if anyone has any questiones. Brainstorming names for a cougar cowboy mon. The evolution will be Desperado. Coohand. A cougar cowhand. Um I don't think obvious names are bad. I don't know how well I'm feeling about Coohand. Um like I don't think you need to have the species name in the name to make it a good Pokemon name. Cause Berserker doesn't. Meowth doesn't. But and those are great designs in my opinion. But I'm not saying don't. I'm saying it's a case of like there are other options because I'm looking at that and thinking, well, you're saying cowhand. What's a what hand what's the equivalent of a hand a kitty has? A paw. So I don't know how cowpaw will um I don't know if that works, but you know, I hope that response was adequate. I'm someone that struggles to make good names sometimes. Like I made a regional variant of a mon simply because Koogpaw. Um, I'm thinking drop the G because the COU, like in cougar, like that syllable, coo, is also like the same pronunciation as like Scots for cow, and oh, what's the name I'm most proud of? Wee Lass, easily. It's the best name I've come up with, and I see my cat. My cat is adorable. But yeah, Wee Lass is the name I'm most proud of, so far, anyways. Um, because it's a lass made of wheat who's a wee lass. Like that name, just I don't know why it just sends the all the neurons. The most complex name I think I've made so far is Mucifer, which doesn't sound like it's that complex, but the specific spelling utilizes a load of aspects. Um, because it's not actually spelled in any way like Lucifer. It's just it sounds similar, but the so like that's the template. But Mew because that's the sound that cats make. Same thing with Purr. But there was also Lucifer, which is a First Nations myth who was a wildcat warrior. Which is I didn't really go in depth into that angle because I didn't want the video to be too long. But like that is me saying that. I think you can infer that that was partially part of the design. What other names am I proud of?
Name was pretty good.
That's not been revealed yet. Yeah. My partner's here saying that Amon that I commissioned him to do.
Sorry.
It's gonna. No, don't worry about it. It's a great name. It's just not been revealed yet. If it had been revealed so far, I would be like, yeah, I'm proud of that name. But it's a mon that I have ready. I'm not gonna show it off yet because it's not on my priority list of stuff I want to show up. Gipster says hi.
Hi.
Okay, I think we've got some legendaries for a trio. I don't know about Trio Master yet. One based on Trojan War, one based on the bubonic plague, on and some sort of Roman warrior. So all stuff to do with fights, I guess.
Good girl.
Like battling with the plague, battling a warrior, battling a different kind of warrior. I would think a trio master being based on like a general would work. For that. So although bubonic plague is a bit of a one of these things is not like the other kind of thing. But like, you know, if I ever did a Greek region, I would of course make a Trojan horse Pokemon. I'd imagine it like a 2-stage line, although we have so many 2-stage horse Pokemon. Maybe it could be a 3-stage line depicting different elements of the Iliad. Important events in Greek history. What's another important event in Greek history other than the fact that they're broke as shit at the moment? What's like? I don't know. It was either bubonic plague as the introduction of their currency. Not sure. I've got a question for you, Gibster. Are you going to have a regional unknown? Because the Greek alphabet is very distinct, and I think there hasn't been a Pokemon region with a different alphabet outside of the Japanese regions, which fair enough. But I think every other place that they've used has some form of the Latin alphabet. Okay, that is an interesting idea. Right, I'm on low power, so I'm gonna. Thank you. Just gonna charge this.
It was already on.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
It was off. My cat is running around like the scamp she is. All right. Yeah, that's like the first thing I could think of as a clear thing for. Aw, my cat is. Oh my god, my cat is trying to chase like a foil ball. Oh, now she's on the bed. She's in the silly zone. She's in a very playful mood. I wasn't expecting this stream to eventually become like me commentating my cat's actions. Oh. My cat is concerned. I would love to do a Greek region someday, but I'm gonna focus on Croneo, and my second region is gonna be based on something that I don't really see many people doing. Like, I've seen someone make a region map of what I'm planning my second region to be, but I've not actually seen an actual dedicated fan region based on it. To be fair, I've not seen one for Scotland either. I mean, although I have seen a few people who are in the process of making stuff like that. Scotland is starting to be a thing in the Fakemon community, which is interesting. Like, there are definitely Scottish themed Fakemon outlet, and heck, there are Scottish themed original Pokemon, like canon Pokemon. Like, I mean, is it controversial to say that Galarian Rapidash is Scottish? Wait. What would the type change be to unknown? I would like I've been brainstorming an idea for an unknown variant for a future project. This isn't going to be Agate Obsidian. So, yeah, but all I'm going to say is I am thinking of making an unknown variant. I don't know if I will do it, but the type I would use is type I would use is dragon. Also, Galarian Rapidash should have had wings. I think so. Galarian Rapidash itself is actually kind of a boring change. Doesn't really look too much like Rapidash. Although what else would it be? And it's weird. It doesn't really look too much like Rapidash, but it doesn't really change much from Rapidash other than it's Psychic Fairy now. It's one of, if not the weakest Galarian form, kind of objectively. I used one on my Sword and Shield team, and I love Galarian Ponyta. But yeah. Also, I wouldn't say Scotland is getting popular, but I'm starting to see it. I was going to say see it more. No, just see it full stop. Like, I wasn't the first, but I feel like I'm the first person to, or one of the first people to do it, like on YouTube, and also have a very like strong, consistent Instagram thing. Oh, my cat just did a yawn. Pegasus is a thing from Greek mythology. One of my Pokemon's going to be semi-Pegasus inspired because I wanted to see a Pegasus version of Rapidash. Not gonna lie. It's going to be wish fulfillment. But that isn't going to be the main inspiration. The main inspiration is going to be something else. And yes, I am confirming I'm going to have another equine Pokemon in my region. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's probably like you might be able to guess what it's based on, because the thing that I'm saying I'm going to turn into a Pegasus as well is based on one of the most popular Scottish myths to turn into a Pokemon. Yeah, Ponyta had lovely hair. Should you do? I would say go for it. Like, do a Pegasus mon. It could be a regional variant. It could be brand new. I would say, since you're already doing something based on the Trojan War, and I would say the most obvious thing to do there is have a Trojan horse Pokemon. If you're gonna do that and make it and you're making that a legendary, I would say a regional variant of an equine Pokemon and making that a Pegasus would work. Because it sort of balances it out, I guess. But you could do more than one. Like, Pokemon's done more than one based on similar species before, so. Art of a for a Zebstrika Evo, that is a Pegasus. Ponyta or Blitzel. Don't forget, they're not the only equine or equine adjacent Pokemon in existence. People have forgotten that Mudspray and Mudsdale exist, and my cat just did a flop onto the ground, so you could look herself. Oh no. Equine is like horse, or horse-like, because zebras and donkeys, they're not horses, but they're like, it's a category that encompasses horses and all those. Yeah. If the Pokemon looks somewhat like a horse, it's an equine Pokemon. That's why I'm saying, like, Megacordian, I would say, is the first of a few equine Pokemon, because weirdly enough, Scotland likes its horse myths. But yeah, I think it's a good idea to do a Pegasus Mon for a Greek region. Like, I'm also going to do a Pegasus Mon, but it's not going to be predominantly a Pegasus. There's going to be a Pegasus element. Do I have a Kelpimon? That's the thing I'm turning into a Pegasus. The answer is yes, and you will see it by the end of this year, hopefully, because I want to make it at some point. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but like my plan is for like to have like the wings be like seaweed-y, if that makes sense. Yeah, Pegasus, Kelpie. I mean, they're shapeshifters. And if I'm mixing them up with a different water horse myth, I guess, I mean, it's not going to be just Kelpie inspired, but it's going to be like all of the water horse myths. A Girafarig Evo that's based on Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's what Girafarig should have just been from the start. Not that I don't like Girafarig, I just think Girafarig could have been better, but I still like it. If the rumors are true about it getting an evolution, in Scarlet and Violet, I am intrigued to see. Can my Kelpie shapeshift? I don't want to give all of my Pokemon Transform or Imposter. That's the thing. It's I don't know. I don't know. Currently, I've not given it the imposter ability. I don't know about if I would give it transform. Like, I know it's literally perfect to give it, but there's a lot of shape-shifting myths in Scotland. Like, there's a surprising amount. So, and since I'm basing a lot of mine off of Scottish myth, I'm bound to have a load of shapeshifters. My regional bird actually is gonna be based off a shapeshifter. Like, in its final stage. Oh, nice, your Purloin evolved. Purloin. The thing is, with Purloin, from what I can see, it covers two. It covers two categories of Mon. It's the regional cat, because there's a new Catmon in every generation, but it's also the early game Dark type. Pardon me. I don't know if that is in every generation, because like in Galar it was Nickit. in Alola. Not sure if there was a brand new one, but they did start. It did start a possible trend of dark type regional rodents. Kalos had the Pancham line and Unova had the Purloin line. I don't know what Sinnoh had if it had anything, but still. It's a tactic it uses to hunt. Yeah, there's more than one Scottish shapeshifter mon. Like, there's a bird one. And it's not... Kelpies aren't even the only water horse shapeshifter myth in Scotland. There's multiple. Kelpies are just the most famous one. So, of course, I'm going to do a Kelpie mon. But yeah, it's annoying because I'm like, do I give all of them imposter? Do I give all of them transform? I don't know. I really don't know what to do in this situation. I've not introduced any shapeshifter mon yet, or mon based on shapeshifters. Other than Musifer, which is based on the Catchy. That's the, but it's very specific because it's like it's between a cat and a witch. Like that is the most specific it gets. So, first image of a Pokemon you ever saw, very special. Yeah, I really like Purloin's design, and Lipard's a nice design too. Honestly, the more I look at Nickit and Thievul, the more I like get similar vibes of it. I should do a wolver and a catfish. Wolvers are a fisherman wolf, so the catfish would be a perfect counterpart. Would it now? I'm just gonna check. I mean, I do have a Wolfmon, and I guess you could say that's like that could be good enough, but I don't know. Yeah, why does Purloin stand in 3D? Like it was perfect in 2D. Why are they like? How about we just forever make it imperfect? I mean, I'm glad like Electros stands again now, rather than just ooh like it does. But like are catfish found in Scotland? Oh, that was a weird voice crack. I don't think there's anything specifically Scottish about catfish. Like, what seas are they? What seas and oceans are they found in? I think they're found in the North Sea. Aren't they in like the Atlantic? Not sure. I know it doesn't have to be Scottish, and I know there's a lot of non-Japanese regions that have yokai, and I may utilize yokai in some of my inspirations, but yeah. I could do a wolf. A wolf-like humanoid. If I feel like if there's a mon I don't actually have a nice solid design inspiration for, I could. Because like there's a mon that I'm just unsure what to do. So if I can figure out how I can tie it to the ideas I've already got for that or any other mon, sure. Because I think I was trying to figure out like how I could make a Lycanroc Wolver, but I just wasn't really vibing with that. So I'm probably going to do something else. I've only got a copy of white too. Oh, that must have been expensive. You playing black? Works. Wasn't ridiculously. Oh, wasn't ridiculously priced. Are you are you sure about that? Hmm. Because like, God, it's secondhand Gen 5 is expensive. Secondhand Gen 4 is like surprisingly expensive as well. It was $20. That's cheap. That is pretty cheap. Oh. Oh, my cat made a squeak and kind of wants to leave the room. I wonder, should I let the cat out? Hey, honey. Should I let the cat out?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna let the cat out. I'm not gonna bother muting. I didn't see if she played with it. Oh well. But the cartridge was probably hacked since when you put it in. The DS has another game on the select screen, but when you open it, it's white too. Ooh. I wonder if it would work with transfers. Actually, I don't think it would work with a transfer because it's like. Because would it detect that it's Gen 5 in a 3DS? I'm actually really curious to see if I can fit the Wolver into any of my mon. Uh Honestly, I think I could. Because I do have a yeah, I do have a K9 mon in the works, which again hopefully will be shown by the end of the year. You don't intend to transfer, so it's fine. Okay. Well, what do you mean the what? um. With the Wolvermon that I think Gibster put in chat earlier. Um, I don't know how I would incorporate it, but I'm the Wolver. Let me just get it up on I'll get a Wikipedia page for it. This thing. It's a kind of wolf-like humanoid, apparently. which I'm not sure how I would incorporate into the sort of evolution, but then or the I say evolution in the final stage, because I think I would make it like that in the final stage. Because I have a canine mon. It's a regional variant of a different canine, and it's a concept that I've only kind of seen done before, and I only really saw that recently. Well, it isn't a recent thing, but a YouTuber I watch reviewed a. Actually, the intent was to make it normal than normal flying. Um, gives people fish. That doesn't inherently. I don't think that would inherently make someone or make a mon water type, but water type moves. Yeah, I've got plenty of water type mon in the region, so maybe could have a fish in his mouth. Has to get those fish somehow. True. I mean, I would think Magikarp are probably preyed upon in the wild a lot by non-water type mon. Um, so perhaps how would it get it? Well, it would use an electric type move or something. It would just use Thunder Punch, like bam, Magikarp, you're done. That's why you suggest the catfish. Oh no, I get it. I get it. Alas, I don't think I'm gonna do a catfish mon. Yeah, I'm only introducing like one proper new fish line. There's another line I'm doing that will kind of resemble fish, but I don't think its biology would be fish-like. Yeah, banana fish and monkey fisherman. Yeah, that I really like that line. It really works. I think subjectively he's really been smashing it with the Mazda region lately. Like the videos on it this year in particular. And I really like the new legendary he made for Smorgast week 4. It's really good. It's really good. I've also really been liking Smorgast this year. I'm not really into his non-Pokemon content or Jack's non-Pokemon content. I've not really seen much of Claire. But like honestly, yeah. I feel like the new Rock Weapon Final Evo is the most Aztec Pokemon out of all. Honestly, I love the Mazda region and its concept. I think Jack has a very interesting way of viewing Pokemon and character designs. And I don't know, watching the Mazda region, watching True Green 7's Asone like series, I think are really interesting or just watching any Fakemon video by True Green 7, because it's like their approaches to Fakemon creation, you get that because they are artists, so you get a different sort of view into the mind of a Fakemon creator and how they view Fakemon as a whole. A small YouTuber I recommend watching is Ryomer Art, who also does similar videos in terms of approach to specific designs. I actually have commissioned him for now it's 3 evolutionary lines, but only 2 of them have been shown off. But the 2 that have been shown off are my grass starter and the regional bug with Tatipillow line. Yeah, Riom is so good. I know he's making a video for his Pokemon Legends Tower Room project. and it's gonna be a big video, like, yeah, um, he hasn't done any videos lately. Yeah, well, it's because he's been working on Legends Harem. I know he's been working on that video. Legends videos are big. That's the thing, I plan to make like, because 'cause I'm eventually gonna do a Legends for Croneo, but that's gonna be, like, after I finish present day Croneo. I feel like I need to establish everything before I make a Legends for it. Because I know Michael Ryan today put out his Legends video, which was really big. I really enjoyed it. Um, like, I really like the new, like, Tentacruel. It's so I love it. I I I just love it. I love that Tentacruel so much. The thing is, my Legends project, I'm weirdly gonna try set and save on resources because like the I'm gonna do something weird and have like some of my noble Pokemon, the ride Pokemon and the boss Pokemon. I'm gonna have some of them actually be regular Chroneomon. Uh, y- yeah. You're spelling the region name wrong, but yeah, I have seen it, and I was just talking about it just now. I love his Tentacruel so much. Like the thing is, I've pretty much worked with every YouTuber or not YouTuber, every artist he used for that project, for Fakemon designs, bar like one I've worked with before, mainly because I kind of it's because I've looked at Fakemon creators I admire and go, okay, who can I commission? I'll post it in chat. There you go. There's how you spell it. Um, yeah, it's it's a case of like with Croneo, I want a similar standard, and I don't just want to like use those because I have a good working relationship with Ryomar, and I really enjoy working with him. And I do try to branch out to other creators that I think perhaps they would be good. Um, like I don't want to spoil what designs I have gotten commissioned. Um, but an artist you don't tend to see as much in the Fakemon community. Someone that you might have heard of, but only if you watched one creator's Fakemon videos. Because I don't know if she's worked with anyone else. So correct me if I'm wrong, but the Last Shaman, I commissioned her for something, and honestly, I love how it turned out. I love how it turned out so much. And it is going to be in the next video, so don't worry. It's not going to be like it's not a distant. Oh, it's in October. No, it's going to be in next month's video. Um, it's an unused type combination, and it is uh Ghost Rock. Yeah, it's my Ghost Rock type. Um, but I think I've commissioned most people at this point. I mean, I've not commissioned like Elite Four or Malma's decks or like um. No, I've not commissioned Icinger either, or Trainer Mats. Like I've not commissioned them yet. Um, I mean, I'd love to commission them. I just need to find the right thing because sometimes I feel like maybe they're not right for it. Maybe it's not within my budget. Maybe I don't feel like this would work. Um, you know, finished your regional bird, which is also the mon for the collab vid. Like, ooh, that sounds really cool. My regional bird isn't going to be as cool. It's like, because I mean, the thing with look, you're also looking into unused typings and trying to find ideas. Yeah, the latest Croneo video is 8 of the unused type combinations, and ideas for them. Like, if you want to know what I thought, my thought processes behind those, like to briefly recap, Bug Dark, moths are attracted to light, so why not have one attracted to darkness? And then there's a whole load of other stuff that spawned from that. Normal poison, plague rats, they're poison, but they're just normal animals. And literally, when you think of a rat Pokemon, you kind of naturally think of Rattata, so that's why I did that. Then electric fighting. Electric type, Pika clone. Fighting. Martial arts in it. I found out fencing was a martial art. And then figured out, okay, what do Scottish people do? Broadsword and Targ. Perfect. Also base it on the Vol. Works. Normal steel. I'm just a big fan of Zigzagoon and just imagined it as scrap metal, and that's how that happened. Grass fire, grass type, waifus hot. You need heat to make bread, and then also I wanted to turn it on later down the line, so I did that. Like the normal ones, they are. It is possible to do it naturally. Like I think plague rat is the concept for normal poison. Unless if like Scarlet Violet does a normal poison type. But I don't know what they would do otherwise. Even though I have seen leaks that imply that they would. I just can't remember what it may be. So sorry for spoiling that there would be that type combo in Scarlet and Violet, but who knows? Ground and Fairy is like probably the hardest one to come up with. I kind of forced two ideas together and then it somehow worked out. It worked better than I could have ever imagined by accident. Like that's the weird thing. It always happens to me. Like I come up with ideas, I kind of force things together, but then they somehow magically work out because there are things it like in Scotland that make it work out. So, you know. I think the two ways you can make normal ones work is make it just a normal thing and well make it a normal thing, make it squishy or make it sound based. Those are the three things with normal types just generally. A trapdoor spider that opens up portals in the ground. So, inspired by fairy rings and the trapdoor spider. I mean, I think you can make bug types that aren't, or bug Pokemon that aren't bug type. I think it's possible. I don't know. Like, trying to think if there is a bug Pokemon that isn't bug type. I was going to say Genesect, but that is bug type. Alright, that's actually stopped me. Magical Gopher. Maybe. I really do like the trapdoor spider idea. And that really works for ground. Last thing, ground types are surprisingly hard to come up with stuff for. And my fighting ground type only exists because I'm like, I mean, I guess ground could work with a crab, and I wanted to fix Crabominable, so you know. Because let's face it, not many people like Crabominable. I didn't. Now I like it because I think it's perfect. That's alright. Fun fact, I tried coming up with a Pokemon for every unique type combination. Because I've been working on the Croneo region for a while, for about 2 years. And early on, I decided to do every unused type combination, and guess what wasn't around? Normal Ghost. So there is a normal Ghostmon in the region that I think works. I like the idea. It's a bit of a Jokemon, but it's also based on something actually relevant. So, it's something that I do think works. But I'm not going to consider it a priority because I don't see the point in doing it along with the early Pokemon. I'm not as attached to the idea as I used to be. There is one Pokemon I want to do to tie in with Halloween that I am very excited about, and and I think the reason why I'm probably prioritizing that is because it is the ace Pokemon of a character I've introduced already. The one I'm going to tie in with Halloween. Meanwhile, this normal ghost Pokemon isn't the ace Pokemon of anyone. So, yeah. You also have a normal ghost, but that's a regional rodent based on a Phenosi. Yeah, normal ghost types are always an interesting concept to explore because it's they're not. It's weird because it's a normal type. It's a normal everyday thing, but ghost types are stuff that's dead. So how do you do that? I went for a kind of obvious choice, but I wanted to do my own take on it. I don't think you're going to see it by the end of the year. Now, I've got the videos I've planned out to come out each month. Technically, since Hisuian Zora is extinct, your normal ghost would be the only normal ghost around. I mean, we do see it in Paldea, but yeah. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Assuming you're on about the leaks, no, the leaks don't seem to count that because with those leaks, it's what you're speaking about are going to be separate Pokemon rather than new forms of old Pokemon. They're just going to look like older Pokemon. This is a regional variant. I would try and advise not to speak about leaks here. I know it might just be the few of us that have seen the leaks, but it's people who may want to watch the stream back because apparently people do. Might not. So that's all I'm gonna say. Poison Steel for Greek region. Oh yeah. My Poison Steel type. Originally, I wanted to incorporate poisonous metals. I know, I was inspired by Loxton in that way, but originally I did want to do poisonous metals, but now I mean, I am gonna say my pseudo legendary. I'm just gonna reveal stuff about it right now. Is poison type and can gain the steel type. Because it's got like it's covered in metals. Like it's covered in a metal armor, I guess, metal plated, but it is a poisonous animal. A metal bear covered in spikes, a tetanus bear. Okay, that's oh, I like that. A rusty metal bear. That is a good idea. I must say, from the ideas you've shared with me, Luck of the Claws, and the ideas you've been sharing in chat, like you're really good. Oh, boar. I don't know why I read that as bear. Why did I read that as bear? I'm sorry, but yeah, because tusks and spikes. Oh yeah, steel and fire boar for your region. Yeah, I'm gonna have a. It's weird because like one of my fossils is gonna be pig based. I'm gonna say that right now, but there's already been a pig based Pokemon that's from the past. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but eh. I've got ideas for it, and I've got ideas for it to be its own thing, as well as an ancestor to all pig Pokemon. Interesting. Boom. Boom. Oink oink. I'm surprised not as many people do Steel Fireman. Like, it's there. It's a type you can use. And, like, only Heatran uses it so far. And I'm just like, why? There's, like, there's, like, so much potential. But, yeah, only one is using it. And I'm just like, why? Just put a boom at the end. Makes everything better. I could make a joke, but I'm going to refrain. But yes. Putting the boom at the end of sentences makes everything better. There's only one water and fire type. Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do with water and fire necessarily. Like, there's not many ideas that can. Well, there's not really many like concepts you can do, but like because you can only really do like steam. But there's many ways you can do steam. Like, you can do geysers, you can do cooking, you can do hydrothermal vents, you can do like industrial revolution stuff. You can do a lot, and you can mission Pokejamon actually for it. And the thing is, I've actually been planning a similar mon. I'm on that's actually quite similar down to the typing. And so I went to Pokej, who was the person that Michael commissioned, and I said to him this, and I'll never forget what PokerJ said to me. If you have a similar concept to someone else, that doesn't mean to say you should scrap it. You just need to make it your own, and you can be inspired by it, but also it can, just as long as you do it. And that was actually quite encouraging to hear, in all honesty. I really like working with PokerJ. Like, he did the Crabominable in the latest Croneo video, and it's great. It honestly, like, I'm hoping that when PokerJ's commissions open up again, I can commission him to do a few more mon for Croneo. Yeah, like, he's great. Like, all the people that Michael commissioned for the Legends Rhyme video was like, they're all so talented. Oh no, a car alarm's going off somewhere. I hope you don't hear it. You took inspiration from Hoops and Hip Hop Phoenix for your Phoenix. Fair enough. Just to get proportions and stuff, but I mean, it's, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I I took a little bit of inspiration from one of Michael's mon for my my Pokemon Gracier. My inspiration, I was also inspired a bit by the Croneo region and its mon Fenrir, based on Fenrir. Um not the most inspired name, but hey ho. Uh, I I really, I mean, I took well, I used one of the inspirations that they both used for Rosemon for mine, but I feel like I can also get away with it. But it's not the main inspiration. That's the thing. I don't think the concepts clash. I'm not ripping anyone off, but yeah. Fenrir Greyback. I don't know. I mean, Fenrir is the Norse god, or not Norse god, like the creature from Norse mythology that was to start Ragnarok. And Gracier, my mon, it's a wolf like Fenrir, but also it's got magical ice ropes uh that are binding it. But yeah, read better books. What book is it from? I do not know. I am either uncultured or too cultured to get the reference. That character's named after the mythological beast. Yeah, wolf from Norse myth. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do a wolf, it makes sense to base it off the Norse myth, but like, I would say utilize stuff or make a wolf mon and understand why you'd want to make it that. Oh, Fenrir is a werewolf from Harry Potter. Ah, person that infected Remus. Right. Oh boy. I had a feeling it was that wizard series. But I'm gonna forever call that wizard series on this channel if I ever have to reference it. Because I really don't like that writer. She has opinions that conflict with many people I care about's existence. So yeah. If like she has her strengths as a writer, she has her weaknesses, you know. But she also has her weaknesses as a person. Yeah, I did read the entire comment before I tried to censor myself. I'm forever from now going to refer to it as that wizard series. It's like, I mean, in a scripted form, like, because in my next video I do mention that, but I phrase it as that wizard series, but I know I'm gonna I know I'm gonna, in the editing, make it clear that that's what I'm referring to, because I'm gonna spend time making my own knockoff asset. What's the controversy again? J.K. Rowling is kind of bigoted, especially towards trans people, and I don't stand for that because I kind of value the existence of trans people because, yeah, that's like, yeah, it's just like, because it started out her defending of a staunch transphobe. No, I think she's very bigoted towards trans people. Like, I'm not trying to say kinda to that. Um, the reason why I say kinda bigoted is because of everything else. Because when I say she has her weaknesses as a writer, I'm meaning that her writing kind of has a load of stereotypes. Bigotry is just a general dislike or mockery of certain minority groups. Like, racism is a form of bigotry, homophobia is a form of bigotry, that sort of thing. Yeah, she's spending a lot of money, and it's working. It's working because, like, her words have influenced lawmakers in the US and I guess the UK as well. Because she's a respected writer, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's not a pretty scenario, and it's a case of like, yeah, no, I'm not like I'm I I don't think I will reference any of her works in terms of creating fake mon because I don't want to. I am not wanting to partake in her vitriol. Um yeah. So I do have fond memories of the movies, and look, if you like the work she's created, okay, fine. Don't support her. If you're wanting to read the books just out of curiosity, get them secondhand. If you want to watch the films, get them secondhand. Every penny that you spend on a product directly from, like, from the direct source, money from that will go to her, which she will spend to cause harm on others. It'll give her a platform to spread her hatred, and it will actively cause people suffering. And honestly, there's like, if when you look at American law, there's like a trans genocide happening. Like, they're trying to like cause an actual fucking genocide. And the more she promotes an anti-trans agenda, the more likely that's going to happen, and the quicker that will happen, which we do not want to happen. First Fantastic Beasts film, yeah, it was all right. Well, I remember seeing it in the cinema before I found out all the shit. Um, I think it's funny to point and laugh at the other two Fantastic Beasts films because I saw a clip on Twitter recently about how the third film breaks the 180 rule. It's like, how do you fundamentally fail as a filmmaker? Which basically the 180 rule is when you when you make cuts about two characters having a conversation, you always make sure one character is facing one way, another character is facing another. Now, there are dynamic ways to not make it boring, but like, and there are ways to break it naturally. But yeah, it's like one character was facing this way in one bit, and then this way in another bit, and it was like, terrible. And yeah, genocide. It's like they're actively trying to make laws that make it impossible to exist as a trans person in the US. Not in every state, but like it's a case of people will die. Yeah. Oh, and oh yeah, like inconsistencies. I didn't want this to become a fuck Harry Potter, fuck J.K. Rowling, fuck transphobia stream, but I guess it is now. But yeah, I'm gonna make like if there is a topic that gets brought up on a stream, and I have very strong opinions about that topic, very strong political opinions, I won't shy away from them because I feel like it's common decency to not support a bad thing, and that person, J.K. Rowling, is a vile person, and not supporting her is the only real thing you can do. And if you don't not support her, either you're supporting her or you're perfectly fine with people supporting her. I don't think you being watching my videos will cause my channel to be a safe space. Basically, that is because I want my I make my videos for people, and I want to make my videos a safe space for people. So that's why I'm not going to mention that Wizard series by name in a scripted format, because I don't want to have those connotations. I don't want to have that sense of support. I want to make it clear that I'm not in support, and I want to make it. But if I have to talk about it, that's the way I'm going to talk about it. Fair enough. Like I've bought Harry Potter books before, but like that was way before I found out, way before any of us knew. So it was so we didn't so like I had inadvertently caused that, and I don't feel right about that. There's nothing I can do about that now, and like I don't think anyone should get hung up about something they didn't know. There's only we can only do stuff now and in the future, and making sure we're like fighting for people's rights and all that. That's what's important. And I think actively not supporting her in any way is already a step. And I think if like actively choosing to do that with a very popular franchise, one that is still kind of relevant, although I don't think it's going to be relevant for much longer. Yeah, I think that's already a big step. It's like if say it's like if Kevin Feige was doing this sort of thing. If Kevin Feige was like as staunchly fighting for the removal of people's rights as J.K. Rowling was, I would stop watching Marvel movies because paying to go and see the cinema, okay, that money would go to him essentially. You know, I'm not accusing Kevin Feige of anything, by the way, but that's an example. It's like it's that's the thing. You can enjoy the media they create, but you shouldn't be actively supporting it, if that makes sense. Because there are people that I vehemently hate that I'm like, I've enjoyed some of their media. You already stopped watching Marvel. Fair enough. Like I've kind of skipped some stuff because there's too much now. Um so I do kind of want to watch She-Hulk, but I'm worried about the CG. And the only criticisms I've heard, oh, pardon me. The only criticisms I've heard are stuff to do with well, the CGI and well, stuff to do with the CGI, which Okay. Stuff to do with the fact that some men are very insecure about the fact that a woman is there, which is kind of stupid. So, yeah. And the only criticism I can really understand, well, not that I can really understand, because I can understand the CG. The only criticism from a writing point of view that I can understand, and that's how they treat the Hulk and Bruce Banner, which is a general MCU problem, which I wouldn't fault She-Hulk for. I would much more view some stuff that degrades the Hulk in another context if I can, but ugh, not good. Also, they don't pay their VFX artists enough, and that's a whole problem. Um, like, I want to, yeah. But the True Hulk's returning? Good. Good. Because fucking the way Endgame treated the Hulk made me so annoyed. I was so excited to see the trajectory the Hulk as a character was going to go through because it started in Ragnarok and it was continuing with Infinity War, and I'm like, okay, I'm into this. And then they just end the arc prematurely off screen, and I'm fine with Smart Hulk. I am not fine that we got Smart Hulk like out of nowhere, like because and plus I think the green Mark Ruffalo CGI is not that bad. I am fine with it. I'm fine with Smart Hulk. I'm just like not fine with how they treated the character from a writing point of view. And considering the whole point of the Hulk as a character and how seriously they treated it early on, like I don't mind the Hulk being used for comedy as long as they acknowledge the roots, and they just haven't. They've just ignored everything they built the character up to be, and that's bad. Like Thor Ragnarok wasn't an issue when it came to the Hulk as a character because if anything, that was like the best movie the Hulk was in since Avengers in 2012. Like it's the only movie where I feel like they got the Hulk properly right. Infinite War, I don't think they had a chance to get the Hulk right. Endgame, they didn't. Age of Ultron is Age of Ultron. We don't talk about the man that made Buffy because he's also a can of worms I don't want to get into. But yeah, no, Thor Ragnarok treated the Hulk as a character, and that's honestly like it's not my favorite instance of Bruce Banner. And honestly, I think my favorite Bruce Banner installment of the MCU, like my favorite installment of the MCU when it comes to portraying Bruce Banner as a character, is the Incredible Hulk, which is controversial to say, but yeah. The man that did Buffy the Vampire Slayer. JW did he directed the Avengers and Age of Ultron, but let's just say he's not the nicest man. And he's done good things, he's done not so good things in terms of his career. I just don't have a good view of him because he's done enough bad things and he's a bad person. Um Infinity War just threw everyone's character arcs in the mud. I feel like they could have. I don't think it was Infinity War actually. I think it was literally Endgame. Because Infinity War kind of, well, I mean, to be fair, they're both the same thing, but it's like Endgame itself ruined everything. Because Infinity War, okay, kind of cut short what Star Lord and Gamora had, which in itself I'm like, hmm. But then they just do weird things in Endgame, like end the Hulk's character arc prematurely, completely go against what Thor had. Which I honestly think Ragnarok kind of did a lot of damage control, and not Ragnarok, Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder. Say what you will about it, but I think for what it was way better than it could have been. I think it's a good film. Not amazing. I liked it, and I mean the best part about it was Jane, but Still, director of Age of yeah, him. The arcs of the people outside. Oh yeah, like Tony's arc, perfect. I guess Steve's arc too. I like it. Natasha's arc, yeah. Um, I feel like Gamora's arc with Star Lord ended prematurely, but I am fine with it because it was a necessary shocking death. Yeah, Love and Thunder, like it could have been a lot better, but like for what it was, I'm happy with it. And it's like people are only trashing Korg now because he's gay. I'm pretty sure, like, because Korg was just as good as he was like forever. He's like, oh, you don't like let Gore die? I mean, there were weird things. I feel like the ending for Love and Thunder was a bit clunky. Yeah, Korg's always been like Cronins are are a single sex species, so of course they're always gay. Valkyrie's bi, canonically, but I mean, she's canonically bi, but let's be real. I don't think she's ever been in a relationship with a man. I hate that Thanos sacrifice actually worked. I mean, I just think I think Thanos as a character was done really well. In Infinity War and Endgame, where he was escalating things, where it's like, oh, they're just time traveling to undo everything I've planned. Might as well do total genocide because like no one can appreciate my plan. Okay, fine. Thanos is an abusive parent. Yeah, kill your loved one to get the rock is like a typical prove yourself hero thing where you have to refuse to get the rock. Yeah, it's I mean, I think the thing is that a life has to be given or a life has to be taken for the soul stone to be given. Like I think Thanos cared for Gamora, but he was abusive. He was like we do not stand Thanos. But the thing is with abusive parents and all the like is that their view of love can be very different. Gore was butchered, pun intended. Took 3 different versions of Thor to kill him, and even then, Thor died. Gore has existed for billions of years, has a body count in the billions, and he's terrorized Thor all his life. I don't think Taika Waititi's heart was in the right place when making the film. But he still made a good film because he's Taika Waititi. I don't think he knows how to make a bad film. But that's definitely the weakest film of his I've ever seen. And I've seen quite a bit of his filmography, like What We Do in the Shadows, Hunt for the Wilder People, Jojo Rabbit. Like those 3 and his 2 MCU films are the ones I've seen, and Love and Thunder's the weakest. Yeah, it's I think they weren't gonna give a comic accurate Gore. Really, I think Christian Bale's performance really made the character special. But if he wasn't played by Christian Bale, I genuinely think the character would have just been terrible. Because Christian Bale gave what the character should have been to the extent of the limitations that the actual film presented it with. Um, Also, for context, Ragnarok. I mean, I always say Ragnarok's my favorite, MCU film, but like Multiverse of Madness, I quite liked too. Multiverse of Madness was a surreal experience. It's definitely one of my favorite MCU films because like Sam Raimi's just so good at making film, and like I'm pretty satisfied with the majority of it. I think Ragnarok is still my favorite, but like yeah, Christian Bale's a great actor. Like, I need to see him in more things. Like, I've seen him in, well, of course, Love and Thunder. I've not actually seen Dark Knight Rises, but I've seen the other two in the Dark Knight trilogy. I've seen him in American Psycho. Try to think if I've seen him in anything else. I can't remember if I've seen him in anything else. Oh, you need the charger? Okay. A nice and poisoned swordfish is no syringe for a virus. But why ice type? Can I ask? I'm gonna double check where you can find swordfish. I mean, Atlantic Ocean, yeah, that works. It's weird because when I think of like oceans and seas, like when it comes to Scotland, I immediately think of the North Sea, but that's where like I've always done. But oh, you can find some in Greece, yeah, as well as the catfish. Always goes back to catfish. I mean, part of me doesn't want to do a catfish mom because I've already seen it done so well by Michael and True Green 7. And also it doesn't fit with my like I don't think fitting in with your region's inspiration is necessary. I'm not saying I just I don't know why, but like if it fits in with what my region's trying to go for in whatever way, it makes me feel happy. And as long as I'm happy with the design, that's what matters in my opinion. To give the design a go ahead, and I just hope that my designs make other people happy. Yeah, it is your running joke. It's not even a running joke, it's just a running motif. Just like it always goes back to catfish. That's gonna be the description. That's gonna be the description. Your region doesn't even have a real world location. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Regions don't need to. Like they have so far in Pokemon. Like Pokemon could just make a region that's just a circle, not based on anywhere. And what can we do about it? So, like, um, I know Gabe, Fruity Art, he his region isn't based on any specific geographical location. It's I mean the theme is Jurassic Park and just prehistoric Pokemon just as a whole, but yeah. You didn't plan for catfish to be Greek. I mean, yeah, I that's fair enough. Um I mean, I didn't plan for dolphins to be found in Scotland, and I'm going to do a dolphin mon. I'm going to double check that I'm not telling you a lie. Because I hope I'm not telling you a lie, because I really like the name that I thought of. Ruby's name's yeah, he always introduces himself as Gabe in the videos, so um it's so I've just Googled Google. I've just Googled Google. Right, so You can find they can be seen in the east coast of Scotland. I live on the east coast, not the specific areas you find dolphins, but yeah. I mean, Greece and Scotland are very different climates. Greece is close to the equator, and Scotland. Part of Scotland's actually in the Arctic Circle, but it's very north. It's like barely anything of Scotland's in the Arctic Circle. So I'm definitely gonna have a tundra area, but like not like very far north. Maybe the northmost part of the map will also be tundra-y, but yeah, I'm bad at YouTube intros and outros. That's my problem. I just don't. It's weird. I don't really like introducing myself because I've never really had a username I liked. So that's why my username's just my name. Like that is why I've just circled back to that. Um, like yeah, I'm not real. So and the thing is, like, I don't like going, "Hey guys, Matt here," because it's like it just feels artificial and fake. I don't know why. It doesn't feel as natural to me, even if I'm scripting something and I'm artificially creating words for me to say later on. In the video itself. Like, still, it's not. Yeah, I script my intros and outros as well. I don't know why. I just need to like plan out everything I say. Because I'm not usually the best at like oh god, it's so dark in here. Like, well, not dark in here. It's not dark. It's just there's no source of light in front of me, so you can't really see me. But yeah, I script like everything, but I don't like follow the script 100% unless I'm doing voiceover. But yeah, like it's weird. I don't want to say my full name in a video though, so I mean, I usually go, "Hi, welcome back to the Croneo Region." That's all you need to know. And plus, if you want to know my name, it's like my name's in my channel name, so like, it's nothing really that uh yeah, it's nothing really. I was gonna say nothing really special. I'm gonna check. Oh, someone's replied to my story. Hmm. Like yours is simply hello. Okay. I didn't know you made videos, Gibbs. Am I even subscribed to you? If not, I should be. I should watch your videos then, because I'm egotistical. Um, it's weird. Like I can't actually click on your thing because I'm using StreamYard, as you can see. Um, and StreamYard doesn't let me actually click links to like go to your channel, and I'm too lazy to open YouTube right now. So, but I will check out your channel after I'm done, and I'll finish in about 20 minutes. I'll like my chatting streams are usually like 2.5 hours. I feel like I could go on for longer, but like it is getting quite late. I started later than usual, but like I have no reason to finish um like any other time. So yeah, yeah, I'm I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna do a stream until the next video comes out. So I mean, if you got any questions about any of the Pokemon I showed off in the last video specifically, I think now's the time to ask like any specific questions because I don't think I think I won't be I mean, I won't be inviting them, like, specifically, but I won't be not inviting them in future streams. Like, if you wanted to ask a question about, like, Bunty, for example, in the next stream, like, I won't ignore it. But, like, you know, I'd be more interested in answering questions about my, like, pseudo legendary, because that's going to be in the next video. Or do I have any of them on that are, like, staple examples of stuff that just is in the Pokemon series, like, commonly? I mean, I don't think so. I think the pseudo legendary is just, like, I've got one Pokemon that is something that happens occasionally, but, like, there's not many examples of it through the series, and there's only really examples of it when the other examples of it just don't appear. Which is the reason I've made the Pokemon the way I've done it. Well, the art's not ready yet, but the concept is just done. It's simple. Like, I'm not going to be talking about it much in the next video. I'll explain the concept, why the concept's there, why it's the type it is. Done. Like, I've got nothing else to say on it, because it's the most simple Chroneomon thus far. And it's a single stage. There's nothing really to it. It's not filler, but it's not deep. Like, could do a Rock and Ghost Basking Shark. I'm gonna do a Basking Sharkmon, by the way. It's not my Rock Ghost type, but I am gonna do one. I've got an interesting concept for it. They've remained unchanged since ancient times, but why is it Ghost type? Because I'm imagining it's like a Relicanth situation. Because I'm interested. Like, I think Ghost types are really cool. Okay, made of rocks. Okay, mouth like a big cave. Yeah, I really like this so far. But why is the Ghost type? Should be at the seafloor. Okay. I'm still like Ghost type, Ghost type, Ghost type. God, I'm really looking forward to showcasing Ghost types in this concept. Like, it's so cool. They sometimes explode. Caves can collapse. So it's tied to death. That makes sense why it'd be Ghost type. Like, they sometimes explode, caves can collapse, corpses of whales are too heavy and fall to the ocean floor. Yeah. Ghost types are like, I think they're the objective coolest type, in my opinion. I say objective and then said in my opinion. That's contradictory. Or contradictory, I don't know. Like, normal types tend to produce my favorite designs. Ghost types tend to produce my favorite lore. So I think Ghost and Normal are my two favorite types. And Normal Ghost is like my favorite type combination. As you can tell, I like Hisuian Zara and Zoroark. It helps that their designs are really cool. You only have 3 ghost types. Make more. Hades is a thing. I think Hades is a perfect like, if I ever did a Fakemon region based on Greece, I would do stuff to do with the gods, and Hades in particular, I would make ghost type, not dark type though. Ghost type specifically, because Hades isn't. I don't think he's a malevolent person. I mean, all the gods are pricks, but like, Hades rules the underworld. He rules the dead. So therefore, ghost type. Simple as. Yeah, I mean, Hades is just a guy. He can be a bit of a prick, but like, he's just a guy. I may take inspiration from depictions of Hades. Dark doesn't mean evil. I mean, dark means you're kind of a prick. That's what dark type means. Doesn't inherently mean evil, but if there is a Pokemon that embodies evil, it will be dark type. But yeah, Hades isn't. Yeah, he's arguably the nicest of the main gods. Yeah, but I think Hades kind of has to be ghost type because of what he's the god of. He's not the god of death itself, but he's the god of the underworld. He's the god of spirits. So if anything, he'd be ghost type, but not necessarily based on something that's dead. Um, yeah, the Persephone thing. Yeah, nah, that's the thing that I'm referring to. But like, Zeus is more of a dick than his brother, like than either of his brothers, really. Yeah, Hades is my favorite god for sure from Greek mythology. He's just so interesting. Um, Funnily enough, like I'm thinking of a project that's going to be way down the line, and one of my starters is actually going to have Athena as some form of inspiration. I'm not going to tell you what star. I'm not going to tell you what project, but it's interesting. Yeah, like yeah, Ghost Fire. Like Ghost Fire is one of the coolest type combos. I don't know if I'm doing a Ghost Fireman. That's actually a good question. Am I doing Ghost Fireman? I don't if I am, it's going to be a um one of them on that I don't tend to remember all that often because I'm saving them till last. Yeah, I'd argue makes like to me like from what I understand of the boys, Zeus reminds me of Homelander, and I don't know, or from what I understand of Homelander as a character, um, if that sounds worse than I'm thinking, oh, I really need to watch the boys. I've only seen the first episode. Um, but the annoying thing is, like, I have seen the first episode, but I specifically recognize that guy that plays Homelander as the stray man from Auntie Donna. I get the joke. Oh god, yeah. But yeah, like, if you've not seen Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun, I recommend it. It's really funny. Um, but yeah, the guy that plays Homelander is in it, and whenever I see Homelander, I just think of him as that guy that was in that one sketch in Auntie Donna. Um, but yeah, like if I ever made a Greek region, yeah, Hades would be ghost type because he's not evil; he's just presiding over the dead. But let's face it, like sometimes when they make Hades a villain, like yeah, it's not direct adaptation, but it's like, come on, Hades from Hercules and Hades from Kid Icarus Uprising are like some of the best villains in their respective genres of respective genres, respective mediums. I love them both, but don't make Hades a villain. Like, I mean, if you're gonna make Hades a villain, make him a funny villain, but like, nah. Oh, he's gonna be in the Blade movie. Oh my god! So I'm gonna see him more. Oh dear. Those Hadeses are like so far removed they don't even count as Hades anymore. I mean, the similarities are they're called Hades and they rule the underworld, and they're gods. Those are the similarities, and that's it. I'd really love to make a Greek region based on Greek myths. But like the thing is, I would also want to do Greece justice as a whole. But yeah. Ignore Luke for a minute. Who's Luke? I'm trying to think what all the Pokemon, like based on the Olympian gods, what their types would be. And I like Zeus is obvious with electric. Poseidon's obvious with water. Hades is also kind of obvious with ghosts, but like, I mean, Dionysus, poison. Hephaestus, fire, steel. Um, I forget what Hera's the god of. Oh god, I'm trying to remember which one's the nature one, and which one's the love and sexuality one. Hera's the god of marriage. Marriage and madness. Oh, so dark type. Aphrodite is love. Okay, fairy type. Like I'm already thinking in my head. Or Demeter isn't love? What's Demeter then? Oh wait, nature, isn't she? So grass. Like, if I ever made a Greek region, I'd probably like have all the Olympian gods like take the form of like the animals that they're most associated with. So Poseidon would be Poseidon would kind of be a kelpie because he's a water horse. Oh, okay. Yeah, Zeus would be electric because lightning. It's like Michael Ryan made a Zeus, not a Zeus Pokemon, a Thor Pokemon, and it's electric type because, like, why wouldn't you do that? Like, it's so clear. It's like, yeah, Poseidon would be water because god of the sea. Um. Oh yeah, Stormer is his Thor Pokemon. Like, for the Fearon region, his two main box art legendaries are Thor and Loki, or Loki and Thor specifically. Brain and Brawn, Loki, Thor. Ilru's, I think, she has the same type combination as Mabcordian of Dark Psychic. Dark because Trickster, Psychic because Brain, and then Stormer is Electric fighting, Electric because Thor, fighting because Brawn. You know, I think those types really work. And yeah, sure, I have a legendary with a similar type combination, but it's like they're different. They're different. They've got different reasonings to be those types. That's the thing. Not every two Pokemon with the same with like the same type combination are the same. You know, like Paldean Wooper is not Nidoking. You know, it's yeah. Because again, you can do a lot of things with certain type combinations. Some others maybe not so much. And then others you have to get really creative because it's like, how do you combine these two things? Like ice poison, I'm doing something that may be controversial. with ice poison. The like you'll understand the reasoning, you may not agree with it. That's all I'm gonna say. With my ice poison type, which will be one of the first mon I show in the video. I think it will be the third line I show in the video because I will confirm the first line is Fire Fairy, then the second I show in the video. Oh, what's the second line I show in the video? I think Ground Fairy and then Ice Poison. Frostbite or Antifreeze? I mean, Frostbite. From what I understand of Frostbite, it's like it's purely cold. Antifreeze. I mean, with Ice Poison, I'm not gonna say what my Ice Poison type is. I think it's weird. But I like it. I like what I've done. And I think even if you disagree with like the typing of the mon, I think you'll find it really cute. It's I love it. I love it so much, and I can't wait to show everyone. I can't wait to show everyone all the Pokemon in this next video because I think they're all amazing. Like, I mean, of course I would, but like, they're so great. I think all the regional variants that are going to be in this next video are maybe the best regional variants so far. Oh yeah, Frost giants aren't a thing in Norse mythology. He's just half giant, but that'd be normal skin color like in Asgard. Yeah, Frost giants on the Marvel version. Yeah, I mean, he's not really basing them off the Marvel version, but he's doing Marvel concepts in there because they are interpretations of the mythology. Like, I think tackling popular culture and how pop culture interprets stuff from cultures and mythologies are an important thing. I've got a Bearmon in my region. Bears aren't in Scotland, but I mean, pop culture, like Brave had bears, and also there are bears tied with Scottish history. So, like, I think making a Bearmon makes sense, even though we don't have them natively here. Like, it's purely pop culture based, and heck, Berserker is pop culture Viking, like in terms of the way it looks, and yeah, I mean, of course, there's going to be plenty of kilts in my region, like, because they're stereotypes, and there's going to be some stereotypes in there. But I think that's the fun. Do stuff, do all the different aspects of what you're basing your region on, like mythology, the actual local food, the local animals, pop culture. Like, there's so many things to tackle in like when you're dealing with a region, and that's why I managed to create so many concepts because there's so much you can do with Scotland, surprisingly. Although the mythology, reading a bunch of different articles about Scottish mythology, it feels like you're in Groundhog Day sometimes. But yeah, Celts aren't even a stereotype themselves. It's just that some people think we always. Yeah, like I remember, like one of my aunts lived in the Lebanon for like 30 years and thought that me and my dad would be wearing kilts because we're both Scottish. My mum's English, and like her side of the family are English. She just lives here. I don't think anyone else lives here. I think, well, my aunt that lived in Lebanon now lives in England, as does my uncle from that side, but my other aunt from that side lives in Ireland. So, yeah. If I ever looked up my family tartan, I tried finding it, but I couldn't see if there was any family tartan. Like, what? Also, does my family have Scottish roots? I mean, my surname is a Scottish surname, so I mean, presumably, because my dad's Scottish and his dad was Scottish. That's as far back as we can trace, really. Um, yeah. Oh, have you found my family Taran already? Do you have any what? Uh, you got my Discord, right? You can send it me on Discord. Also, could you send the link to your channel so I have an easy link to access? um, yeah. I should wrap up soon, but kind of don't want to. I kind of want to stay for a few more minutes. Um, it's weird. But I have more Pokemon in my Scotland-based region that are based on Scottish things because I do have some Canadian mon. But if you don't, I don't have many. If you don't include them, I have like way more Scottish themed Pokemon than I do than there are Galar Pokemon, including regional variants. Because there's just so much you can do, and there's so much you could do with England as well. That I don't think they did all of. So yeah, like it's like I wonder how they're gonna tackle like Spain and Portugal. I mean, I don't know if they will actually tackle Portugal in Scarlet and Violet because like everyone thought they were going to tackle like England and Scotland in Galar, but it was mostly just England. Um, I think there might be a couple of Portugal things here and there, but it is just mostly going to be Spain. Um, because I know like Loxon wants to focus on Portugal, but like I don't think there's any evidence suggesting that there will be Portugal stuff other than the fact that the map is based on the entirety of the Iberian Peninsula. Also, thank you, Gibster. But yeah, it's like that's my prediction. Scarlet and Violet. I don't think there'll be much Portuguese-based things, and I don't like that. I want there to be. It's funny because I have Spanish and Portuguese friends at university, and they get along really well. Surprisingly. But yeah, like I'm sure I'd love to learn more about my own family. Gibster. Um, so my voice isn't actually feeling that bad. I think it's starting to feel not so great, but I remember like I think last time it felt that way like an hour in, and now I'm only starting to feel slightly not great by the end of me doing this. So yeah, but yeah, like not all my mon are going to be Scottish themed entirely. I think the longer the series progresses, the less likely it won't be because some of my mon work in Scotland but aren't inherently that Scottish, but can be quite Scottish. Like, all right, yeah, I think starting with the October video. I think there's only like two. Actually, no, I think there's only one Pokemon that you might go when it comes to Scottishness. But even then, there will be stuff in there because I'm not gonna not do it. But like all the other ones, yeah. I think I'll call it a day here. Yeah, I think I'll call it a day here. Thanks for joining in, and hopefully I'll have a video up next week. If I don't have anything prepared, I won't upload anything. I have literally because I can't stream next week. because I'm actually away on holiday, or for you Americans, vacation. In fact, I think am I going down to England, or am I going down to like the south of Scotland? I don't know. I'm going somewhere next week. I'm going to where one of my brothers lives, and it's specifically the brother that's the blacksmith, if you remember from my first video in the series. But yeah. Hopefully the next Croneo video will be in 2 weeks. It might be 3. Might be more. I can't promise anything. I can only tell you my plan. But hopefully I will get art for it soon, or I'll get more updates on the remaining art pieces. Yeah, from the Fireball explanation, yeah. I'm going to be staying at his place with a lot of my other family members. So, yeah. But yeah. I hope you're looking forward to the next Croneo video, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care now, everybody.